Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Davin with Davin D Doodles, and today we're going to be working on a work in progress that I haven't touched for months. May was supposed to be my Monster May. I was supposed to be doing all kinds of Halloween pictures, all kinds of good stuff, and to be completely honest with you, I only did 2 pictures, both of which I didn't finish. There were 2 mandalas that I did finish, if that counts, but as far as the actual real coloring goes, I just couldn't get to it. So we're going to work on this today, partly because I feel like it, and I've really wanted to get back into the Prismacolor pencils that I used to start this with. So with that said, this is ColouringHeaven's annual, no, it's not the annual, it's the Halloween special. And this was the page that I decided to start when the hurricane hit and I was at my mom's house trying to recover from all the stress of it. So I think what I'm going to do is actually got my stuff ready for you today. I got my picture, I got some pencils sharpened, and I'm just hoping that I remembered the right pencils that I was originally using, but I guess really it doesn't matter, we'll just go with it. I need to finish what I started. So yeah, let's just get into it. It's been a very long time, so I'm going to hope I don't go into this too heavy-handed. And the reason I stopped this picture originally was because I couldn't decide what to do from where I left off. I couldn't decide the color that I wanted for the candles. I couldn't decide the color for the background or his suit. Like, I was just totally stuck. And to be completely honest with you, I still kind of am. But I gotta work on it. I gotta work through this. I gotta do it just because I really want to. It's too cute of a picture to leave undone forever. So this is gonna be a color and chat. I did want to let you guys know that I am working on something on the side. It is gonna be a little bit bigger. And it's going to take me a while to do. It's going to be something that I can't just finish in 30 minutes or, I mean, let's face it, I've never finished a picture during a color and chat anyway. But it's going to take some time to actually finish that video. So in the meantime, I might just do color and chats, or I have recorded a room tour for you guys, but I just feel really weird doing that. I don't know. I record it and then I feel like, okay, I'm good to go, I'm gonna post it, and then I get cold feet about it because I don't know. I know a lot of people are they have smaller, workspaces and stuff like that. Some people just have a TV tray or something that they have in their living room, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like I'm almost throwing it in people's faces that I have an extra bedroom that I'm just using to hold all my art crap, and it's I don't want to put people off that way. That's not at all what I'm trying to do, so I feel weird posting it. So then I just do color and chats and talk about how I feel weird posting it. It's weird, I don't know. So it's just been crazy. I know it has been a little bit since I've actually posted a video. Oh, let's get into that. So I know I had come back from a hiatus and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try and keep up and keep posting every week. And then I got it in my head that it would be a wonderful, wonderful idea that since we have this yard, since we bought this house, that we needed a German Shepherd puppy. And when I say a puppy, I mean this little dude is 3 weeks old. No, not 3 weeks old, 3 months old, sorry. He's 13 weeks soon. And y'all, it has been 14 years since I've had a puppy. And it has been a lot of attention and a lot of stress and a lot of training. So I have been going out of my mind. And that's pretty much why the past 2 weeks I haven't really been doing anything. I haven't been posting any kind of coloring. I haven't been, I've been MIA because this little dog takes up so much of my energy and time, and not in a bad way. He's a baby. He's not like he's doing even anything bad. He's a really good dog. He just, he's a lot for someone like me that, I don't know what I was thinking. Let's just put it that way. I don't know what I was thinking. And thank God for my husband, who's in love with this little guy. he's been a champ. So that's why I've been kind of MIA though. I wish I could get this to center. There, let's see if it'll, let me back out a little bit, maybe that'll help. I feel like it tries to focus too much on the pencil sometimes, and there, let's try here. Hopefully you guys can see everything I'm doing while I rant. But that's why I haven't been around much, is because this little dog, oh my goodness, the first couple days we got him, we decided we were going to put him in a crate for the night because he's not potty trained, he's not house trained. And, you know, we're working on that. He's doing really well, by the way. But, like, obviously you can't have a puppy running around your house at night just, you know, chewing on whatever it wants and peeing all over your house and all that stuff. And so we decided to crate him, and he screamed and screamed. He was not having it, but eventually kind of tired himself out like a baby that cries when they don't want to go to bed. And, you know, eventually they just kind of stop. So there was that, but he's pretty pushy. We still have my 14-year-old dog, right? And this poor girl, she's just like over him. She don't want anything else to do with him. And he kind of pushes her around. And I wasn't sure at first that's what he was actually doing, because he'd run up to her and just kind of like push her out of the way. And it's like, okay, is he bullying her? Or is it more of like a, oh, play with me kind of thing? Well, we'll get into that. But, you know, they would kind of like start fighting with each other a little bit. And I'm trying to work, and I've got this 14-year-old, 40-pound dog trying to get away from this 20-pound German Shepherd puppy. Both of them are under my feet in a tiny room with my work desk, just not having a great time, and I'm losing my damn mind. It was like, you guys gotta stop. You have to stop. I cannot deal with this. And every time I try to let him out, it was like a little issue, and it was just getting like chaotic, and I was miserable. And then I did probably the smartest thing I could have done, and it cost me a freaking fortune, but I would do it again. By the way, if you hear like huffing and moving around, that's my Aussie. She's the 40-pound 14-year-old girl. She's in here with me to escape him for a little bit, so we're kind of chilling together while I color. I invested in training for him because I know for like, I know, I'm well aware of the fact that German Shepherds are high energy. They are very work-minded. They're work dogs. You know, you have to work them. And he's going to be a big boy. His dad was over 110 pounds, they said. And he's going to be big. And if I don't get control of this dog now, he's going to be a terror. And I'm not going to be able to do anything with him. So I decided to get him into training with a, you know, reputable trainer. And she does like puppy training, adolescent training, all that good stuff. And she came to us, like I said, I mean, this honestly cost me a paycheck, an entire paycheck. And she came to us, and she saw the way he was behaving. She saw the way he was kind of pushing around my older dog. And I told her we have a cat too, a 20-pound cat with claws that I couldn't let out of my bedroom because he has a high prey drive. He's a German Shepherd. Of course he has a high prey drive. And, you know, that wasn't acceptable to her either. And she was telling me ways to stop this and to get control of him. And that during the day while I am working, he should be in his crate, which is right next to my work desk. He can see me. He can, you know, he can be let out every hour. You know, he's gonna be fine. It's not like some dogs that are locked up forever in crates and just kind of like left there all day. She told me, you know, put him in his crate. He should be sleeping most of the time anyway. He's still so little. And so I started working on that with him. I didn't even realize, you guys, there are flames down here. I didn't even realize it was flames. But she told me he should be sleeping most of the day. He's little, like he shouldn't even be up. He needs like 18 hours of sleep a day, not to be wrestling with your old lady. So we started working on that, and like it was so funny because he worked so well when they were there, and I started implementing their training right away. And this dog, he's smart. He's very smart. He now wants to go into his crate all the time. He will run in front of me to get to the back of it. He will he will run in front of me when I'm going to the back room to get to his crate because he knows he's going to get treats. And he doesn't mind sitting in there. He will hang out in there if you give him his bone. He sleeps most of the day like he's supposed to. It has changed the entire work dynamic, and it's just so much easier for me now. I no longer feel like, for a little bit I was like, I'm gonna have to give this dog back. I can't, like I didn't want to, but I couldn't deal with it by myself. And it's like now with the crate training, which by the way, he loves going in his crate so much, he goes in there willingly at night. He gets right down and he settles right down. He goes to sleep. Like this dog is just like freaking magic suddenly. I don't know what she did to him besides give him some chicken. I don't know like if it's just he realized that, you know, if he goes in there, he's gonna get something yummy and that's good enough for him. I don't know. I don't care. As long as he keeps doing it, I'm gonna be good because now I can work. Now I can have like some me time and not go nuts. It's been so lovely. Words cannot describe. But we've been working on him with other stuff too, a lot of which is like, okay, well, we need to get him to be comfortable, or to basically stop trying to steal your dog's treats. That's a big problem. Because if we're trying to give dog, like Aussie, the 40-pound older dog, treats, he will run up and kind of try and get between us so he gets the treats, which is a no-no. So we've kind of got it to where we can feed the both of them at the same time and it's not as big of a problem. And we're actually able to walk him now. We weren't really having success taking him on short little walks before. He would get really frustrated. He would get just like he wasn't enjoying it, and it was really difficult to take him places because he had a short leash and he'd never been on a leash before. He'd never really been on a walk before. So that was new to him, and she kind of gave us a harness. She gave us a 15-foot leash. She was telling us how to introduce him to leash walking. So he's doing so well with that. And as we go with the training, you know, they'll kind of tighten it up. Like right now he has free rein. As long as he's not pulling on us, he's good. But it'll tighten up the further we get along in the training. Like he'll have a heel and all that good stuff eventually. But right now it's just kind of getting him comfortable going out and all this other stuff. And he's a very confident dog. He's a very smart dog. So if we let him get away with murder, he's gonna do it. But that's the main reason I haven't been posting the past couple weeks, is because I've been trying to acclimate to having this little guy running around my house terrorizing everybody. And it's been like, I don't know why, but like my 14-year-old dog is bomb-proof, right? Like she will hold her bladder forever. And then I just decided one day, okay, well, I really want a dog that's, you know, a baby and has no idea how to do that. And I have to get up at 5 every morning, or Anthony has to get up at 5 every morning. And it's like, why did I do this to myself? I grabbed the wrong color. Crap. I think I meant this color, but it's okay, it'll work. It's just like, so now we're getting up early, like even on the weekends, and like I said, it's not bad. He's doing extremely well, and he's going to be a very cute, smart, expensive dog. So it's so funny. Like we were gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna save money and pay off this house, and then I go buy a dog, and it's like looking at the cost of shots and training and all this other crap, and I'm thinking to myself, how am I supposed to do that again? How am I supposed to save any of my paychecks to do any of that? So because I decided to go with the darker color on that one, I'm just gonna do it on this one too. And I think I'm also gonna really try and press in to get the colors not blended, just burnished, I guess is the term. But yeah, I don't know about you guys. Puppies are a lot of work. And I'm really glad that I found a trainer that, one, is very reputable, but two, she comes to your house to do it with you so she can show you how to handle your own dog, which is going to be very important for me. Before we even bought him, I told Anthony that I did not want a dog, especially a large dog, that was going to drag me down the street. That is not acceptable, especially for a breed like a German Shepherd where people are already like afraid of them. You know, for good reason. If you get an aggressive German Shepherd, they can hurt you. Like I'm not, you know, saying they can't by any means, but I don't want to, you know, have myself injured or have a liability problem. But he's so cute and he would never hurt anybody. He seems to really like people a lot. Where he has some issues is dogs. I'm not sure why. As long as we have had him, there hasn't really been a problem with the dog. I mean, there was our dog, but and like when we walked him once, there was dogs that were advancing on us before the owner finally caught up to them because, you know, they weren't leashed, and this was on one of his walks. The owners finally caught up to him and got them away before there was a fight or anything. So it's not even like that should have been a problem. But I don't know. He's kind of weird when it comes to other dogs. Like the neighbors have dogs they don't leash. They're very sweet dogs. Okay, his dogs are very, very sweet. Like sweet as pie kind of thing. And his yard isn't fenced though. So sometimes like the incredibly sweet, submissive one will get in front of our yard and run up and down our front fence and irritate our old lady because she wants to play. And that happened once with Sam out there, the German Shepherd puppy, and he about lost his mind. He was like freaking out. And it's like, Sam, it's okay. Like, I know that's not the best way for you to get introduced to a new dog, but you're not going to die. I promise. You're okay. You're fine. So I think I'm going to have the trainer work with us on that because that could cause some fights and some problems. And see, this is why I don't like doing colored pencil work for coloring chats because I feel like how long I've been recording for like 18 minutes and nothing has been done. It feels like I've made zero progress, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just do the flames today or something. I just kind of wanted to check in with you guys and let you know that I hadn't abandoned you again. I've just been very preoccupied with this little dude. I ought to try and get a picture or like a video or something and just put it up on my channel. I wish I could share stuff like that with you guys. Almost like a community tab, but I don't have enough subscribers. But that's okay. Like, I just kind of wanted to show pictures of him. Maybe I'll just include like a clip of, we call it Sam versus, like a little series of Sam versus. There was like Sam versus the wagon, Sam versus the water bowl. He picks fights with things and goes a little nuts for a couple minutes and then he kind of simmers down. Maybe I'll post one of those in the video towards the end so you can see how cute he is. And so basically, I'm just kind of like adding the white in here. Since it is kind of like a flame, I'm doing blue flames. I want it to be, it's okay if the color washes out on it a little bit when I do that. I don't mind. I know some people don't like this method because it makes it look more pastel, but I don't really care. That's the method I've been using for this entire picture, and I think it looks okay, so it's okay. This is my scratch sheet. Don't look at the ugliness. Okay, so I think what I want to do is do some like really pale scratch sheet. Return to me. No, I don't want pink. I might do the paleness I was using for the little pumpkin girl. Yeah. Okay. This is, I thought I had all of my colored pencils. Oh crap. And then I just broke my thing. I thought I had all my colored pencils sharpened. How do I open this again? There we go. I thought I had all my colored pencils sharpened and then I didn't. So I'm sorry. Wonderful content for you, but it's sharpened pretty well. So that's been a very big part of my previous 2 weeks. I also have just been having kind of like a crappy time at work, so I haven't felt like doing anything. And that sounds like such a cop-out, so I apologize in advance. I'm not trying to make excuses or anything like that. I really should do more with you guys because I enjoy it. It's just, I'm so tired and I get so frustrated lately that I just don't even, I just don't, to be honest. Okay, I'm doing the death grip. I have to ease up. There we go. It's a little bit better. But yeah, I've been really frustrated with like work and then not really feeling like doing much after work. Do I have a gray? I don't think I have a gray. Well, crap. I wonder, let's test something. I was hoping to have like a little bit of a gray to just like darken the edges on this. I think the pink is too pink, but I do have this other color. That might be too much. We're gonna try something and pray I don't mess this up. All right, I need a sharper edge. So yeah, it's just been kind of one of those things where it's hard to motivate yourself. You kind of get in a rut. Everything irritates you. And it's like, I don't really do anything fun and exciting. Anthony's actually mentioned that to me. He's like, we used to go places, you used to like doing things, and now you're just kind of like, you're like a super homebody. Like, you don't want to go anywhere. And I'm like, I don't know. And that's 100% true. And it really is. And it's a weird insecurity thing that suddenly started coming up. And I think part of it is because I'm not very comfortable with myself lately. Like, I have gained a lot of the weight back that I lost. I'm just not very confident, and I see the way people treat each other on social media and stuff like that, and all this stuff going on in the news, and it's like, why would I want to go outside? I just want to sit in my room and be left alone. Like, you go outside and you have an opinion or you say something wrong with somebody and somebody's there with a freaking camera and you're gonna be all over the internet. The only reason I want to be on the internet is because I'm sitting here coloring this. Like, that's the only reason I want anybody to have anything to say about me. But, you know, I have things I would like to do. I would love to go to the beach, but you go to the beach right now and you're gonna melt. Plus it's so crowded, it's kind of, you know, miserable. Anyway, and we went to IKEA. I don't remember if I told you guys about that. That was an adventure. We went to IKEA for the first time and it was really cool. There was a lot of stuff there that I had no idea like existed. I think that's a branch, but I'm gonna say it's a candle. Like, I'd never been to one in my life, but it was really neat to look at, and they had a bunch of stuff you don't need, but stuff that looks good. And like, we got lost, like legit lost. I had no idea how to get out of that store, and I was a little freaked out because like there was people, but it wasn't that bad. Well, we went and we started walking deeper into the store. And the deeper into the store you get, the more people there are. And then when you get to the checkouts finally, there's a whole lot of people. And I don't do people. I can't do crowds anymore. I don't want the crowds. I don't want to deal with the noise. For me, in my anxiety, noise is a huge trigger. That was why I had such a huge issue working at my job when we had to be in the office. Just the sounds of the phones and the typing and that kind of stuff really set me off in a bad way. And like I was standing there in line, like about to hyperventilate because there was just like people all over talking, and there was like people right behind me, and I'm like, I can't do this. Go away. Get away from me. Why are you on top of me? And it was very uncomfortable for me. But I mean, maybe in some ways it was beneficial for me to get out of the house. I know you can't stay locked up in the house forever, but ugh. That's probably my biggest pet peeve. I do not like to be in aisles with people when there's a lot of them. And I definitely do not want to be in an aisle with you. Like no, I don't want to be in aisles with people when there's a ton of people, but I do not want to be in line with you if you're trying to shove your cart up my butt. I will, and I have had little fits about that because you just give me some space. Please give me some space. But everybody just wants to be out as fast as they can, which I understand. I did too. But it's really hard for me suddenly. And it shouldn't be, but I think COVID had a lot to do with that. I think it had to do with a lot with other people that have anxiety issues going out and about now. Because we were locked up for so long. It's just like, I have my routine. I want to stay in my routine. I do not want to change my routine. Leave it alone. But yeah, I don't know. He was, I think, a little sad when we went to a game store, like a local tabletop gaming store, because he's really into minis and stuff. And tabletop gaming, which we do together, but like he was excited to find it and he wanted me to come inside and see it. Well, I went inside and it was yesterday, so it was Saturday. And there was like a tournament or something going on. And there was, people just doing their thing and having their game. And it was just noisy. Like, it wasn't overly loud, but there was a lot of people talking, and it was like overload for me. And it wasn't even that much. And he had mentioned, like, well, if that bothers you, it's like, it did bother me. I don't know why, but it bothered me. I don't know. I need to be left in my house by myself. Okay, I've got a couple more candles to do. I was really hoping to like do more with everything else, but I think I'm gonna be done soon. Good thing is it's not killing my hands, because I was really worried doing the pencils would irritate it, but this is nice so far. We took Sam to my mom's yesterday. She has a German Shepherd also. She has a 2-year-old German Shepherd. And it's really good for him to kind of socialize with other bigger dogs, or other dogs, period. Kind of get to, know them, since they're going to be around and involved with him and stuff. So we went to my mom's and they had their play session. We had dinner together. That was really nice. I almost feel like when I put the brown into the candles, it looks too brown. I don't know that I care for that much. Or maybe what I can do is go over it in white. So yeah, let's try that. I'm in deep focus. No, I'm not. It's nice. I'm just kind of zoning out. I miss this picture. It's so cute. Alright, so I think I'm going to come down here. Oh, that was my wrist. Okay, I think I'm gonna do another layer of cream and then blanket it out with the yellow. I mean the white. So something I've been watching a lot of since I have Sam. I watched, like, your phones spy on you, okay? Like, we all know it, right? I watched one episode of a dog trainer working with a German Shepherd. And so suddenly all of my videos are of like dog trainers working with, dogs. Different dogs, different dog trainers, but one kept showing up. I can't remember the channel name, but I noticed that he worked with like problem dogs, like behavioral problems with dogs. And y'all, almost every one of them is a German Shepherd. It just made me laugh. I'm like, oh Lord, what did I buy? But that's why I started now. He's only 3 months and we're gonna, get ahead of any kind of problems, hopefully. So a lot of it apparently is with these kind of dogs, they're very strong-willed. And if you don't get onto them when they misbehave or anything like that, they will take over your household. And that is a lot of what I saw with that particular trainer, is that the people wouldn't like get onto the dogs or anything like that and wouldn't discipline them essentially. And those dogs were just uncontrollable because they knew that the owner wasn't gonna, actually do anything, or they weren't responding to what the owner was trying to do. And I felt bad because some of them were like genuinely trying, but these dogs are big, and sometimes like the people would be bitten or, just that kind of thing. All right, so I like how this one looks actually. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this one looks way lighter than this one. I might try and go back to these other ones and make them white or lighter colored. I really like how that looks. I do have another picture that I started in a different book. It's ColouringHeaven, but it's the fantasy princess one. And same, different illustrator, actually. Yeah. Different illustrator, one of my favorites. And I tried the Faber-Castells in there. It looks pretty good. That's one I definitely still need to do some work on. But I'm finding that I really prefer the Prismacolor, and I think it's just because of my coloring style. I can really push and just kind of smash it in. And I've heard a lot of people say that they can just like smash these in, it's easier to do. And I have noticed with the Faber-Castell ones that doesn't seem to work as well. And I know that it's probably not how you're supposed to do it. It's just kind of how I did do it. Let's see if I can lighten this up. This one's bugging me. So I'm really curious what you guys like to use in these books. I almost did a video on that instead, like testing different mediums, like pens or markers, or what types of pencils you like to use. I'm really curious what you guys like. So you should definitely let me know. And another thing I'm really, really interested in, and I would love it if you guys could get some feedback on it. I'm not really ordering much from Amazon anymore, but I would still like to know your responses, because if I can find them on Etsy or like some other kind of store, I really want to find some different mandala books. I really they're suddenly very relaxing and chill for me, and I want to do more of them. But the only book I have is the Jade Summer mandala book, and I don't really want another Jade Summer book. I want a different one. So if you guys have a recommendation on a different mandala, whatever it is, just let me know, because I really want to look into it and see what kinds, different types there are. Maybe have a little bit of fun and try something different. Just because you know, eventually you kind of get bored of doing the same type over and over and over. So I'd really be interested in seeing another illustrator's take or a different type or all that good stuff. So I'm still not hugely in love with these, but this one looks really good, and I think I might just try and keep them lighter as I go. So we learned something today. I do think something I'm just waiting for summer to end, to be honest with you. I don't know. I know a lot of you are probably up north, so you may not feel the same way. Though I do seem to remember there were plenty of times when I was in Minnesota and Pittsburgh that I did not like this summer very much because I think there was a couple of places I lived that didn't really have AC, but they were older, I want to say, but they have brutal summers too. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I'm in Florida now, and I need winter. I need fall to come. Just hurry up and come, and I need winter. I'm really excited for that because I can go outside for more than 2 minutes and, you know, sweat. I'm kind of disappointed. When I was a kid, I grew up in Florida. And I remember there being like afternoon thunderstorms basically every afternoon and all that stuff. And now it's just hot. There's really not much going on in the way of thunderstorms or like we got one. Well, actually, that's a lie. We got one yesterday and it knocked over a tree onto my freaking garden and it destroyed my lemon tree. My little baby lemon tree that was still in a container that I love to death. So I feel like that was kind of like fate kicking me in the face. Still very, very, very salty over that one. But yeah, so we do occasionally get ourselves some thunderstorms, but it's not like it used to be. It's not every, you know, afternoon, almost on schedule, 3 o'clock thunderstorms coming your way kind of thing. It's like, it's hot. But I really want to do, some camping. I know Anthony's dying for some camping, and I feel really bad that we haven't gone. But it's too much. It's too hot. I do not want to sleep in a tent when it's like 90 degrees outside. And I know he wants to take Sam. He's very excited about that, but like this dog is so high maintenance and so hot with the way it is just anyway, all day, every day. He doesn't even want to go outside to go to the bathroom. You think you're going to get that little boy into a tent. You out your mind. He isn't going to go outside. He isn't going to go camping with you until it cools down. So I'm really hoping it cools down. End of my long hot weather rant, which I'm sure it's very, very hot in other places too. Please don't get me wrong. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Trust me. I just want fall to come so we can go do stuff. I want to go to the beach, but I feel like I can't go to the beach unless, you know, it's a little bit later in the year when the kids are in school, because that's a miserable experience. We went once on a weekend and it was so packed. People were parked on like the street to get into the parking lot for the beach, so we didn't even bother. So once kids go back to school, once it cools down a little bit, it'll be a different experience. But right now, it's just too much. And I'm afraid that there's going to start being issues with like people running their AC a lot. Like mine's constantly going. I don't know how they haven't had issues with like the power grids being able to keep up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be very thankful that they don't go out if they don't go out. But I mean, it's ugly. I go out for 2 minutes with the dogs for them to use the bathroom, and it's like, run back inside, hurry. It's okay though. It is okay. All right, so I actually kind of like the blue. I was thinking of doing purple for the flames, but I think what I'm going to do is end up doing maybe some blue on like their little jammies. I want his suit to be more purple. And then maybe having like a really, really dark purple background. So maybe like a eggplant color suit and then a really dark purple, almost black background is what I'm thinking. I still gotta finish her hands and stuff, but they're looking really cute. I might do a little bit more, just a little bit more. I want her, well, I was thinking maybe she could have the purple, but if he's wearing purple, maybe he should wear purple. I think that's a dude. I don't know. That might be a little girl too. So I'm going to make her wear blue. I'm going to have her wear a really light blue. And then I can't remember the color of their cute little faces. So what I hate doing, and one of the things I really don't like with coloring books sometimes, is I limit myself to a palette usually. I don't like to have a million colors coming at you. And so I think that was one of the problems I had with this originally, was that I have a bunch of colors in it, but I feel like it's almost not enough because then I'm like hitting other colors. Your eye gets drawn a million different places. And that bugs me. But I think with this kind of picture, it might work out okay. I mean, it's gonna have to. That's what I've decided. It's just gonna have to. I'm gonna give her darker little cuffs, little fluffy cuffs. These are so cute. And then I almost wanna do her hands. Let's see. And yeah, I'm trying not to tell you too much of what I'm doing, to be honest, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going with it. And this is not a tutorial. There are plenty of other way better channels to watch if you're looking for tutorials. I'm basically just ranting about life right now, but I will just zoom back in on her. Let's see, I think I'm gonna have this be a little lighter. Oh, before I finish this up, I'm not gonna get very far, you guys. I think this is pretty much gonna be it for today. We're running very close to the end of my time that's available. I have started a new book. I've started reading. So the reason I stopped reading is kind of dumb. I started a book that I will not name because I feel really bad because I hate it. It's very predictable. I don't care for it. I just can't with this book. And so I feel so guilty not finishing it that I just stopped reading. And I was like, oh, I'll come back to it. I'll eventually finish it. Well, I never did. And I decided one day while I was working that I wanted to do something on my break. And I decided that was what I was going to do. I was going to read. And it's such a cute book. It's called Bookshop on the Corner, I think. I cannot remember the author's name. I'll be sure to include it in the description below because it is such a cute book. I call it I describe it as like a cozy read. Like, it's just something cute. It's not, you know, the next literary whatever. It's just something to read when you feel like you kind of need to lift me up. And I'm not sure how much I should include because I don't want to spoil it for anybody if you guys are interested. But basically, a librarian is in the search for a new job, and she kind of looks inward as to what she would like to be doing as opposed to what corporations are telling her she should be doing as a librarian, like taking away the library aspects and the reading aspects and turning it into more of a, oh, you know, people want computers and how are you going to service, you know, whatever, like, you know, taking away the nostalgic library feel and turning it into something that doesn't need to exist, essentially. So she looks into what she would rather be doing, her own personal dreams, and decides to pursue that instead. And you know what? Who doesn't want to do that? I would love to do that. I don't know what that is, but I would love to be doing basically anything but what I am doing. So I'm enjoying the read. And I am just like putting myself right next to that character and wishing her the best and hoping and rooting for her. And it's actually a lot of fun. It's a very easy read. The chapters are pretty short. And the characters so far are really likable. I like them. So that's always for me. If you have good characters, I don't care how bad your actual writing is or like what kind of style writing you have. I can read the worst styles of writing if you have interesting characters. What's his name? Paul McCarthy or something? Whoever wrote, oh God, what was it called? No Country for Old Men? I cannot remember his name either. He has the worst writing style. I hate it. I put it down the first time I ever picked up that book, and then I gave it a second chance and I realized I like this guy. I read that entire book and went out and bought every book he wrote after that because he writes such good characters and such compelling characters. So it's a cozy read, back to the original point, the bookshop on the corner. It's a very cozy read. I really enjoy the characters, and so far I'm recommending it. I just hope she gets what she, you know, deserves as a character in the end for following her dreams and not being a sellout. You can do it. We can all do it if we really try. I don't know. I'm tired, and this is about all I can muster for today. So let's zoom out. I did, see, this is why I don't do colored pencils on coloring chats. I don't get anywhere. I did the candles and the flames. That is all I did. And her little jammies, which are actually really cute. So anyway, this is how far I got. We will probably be visiting this page again. I do have another project on the sidelines that's going to take me even longer than this one, I presume. So keep an eye out for that. That one's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll probably be promoting it here and there as we get closer to it being finished. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hanging out with me this weekend. I hope you've been having a really good time working on whatever project you have grabbed. Please feel free to share whatever you're working on in the comments below, whether it's diamond painting, crochet, whatever. I'm curious, and maybe you can actually help me learn new skills. So yeah, feel free to share, and I hope to see you again next week or whenever Sam will actually let me post again. Thank you guys. Stay safe.